I should warn you that this report from our Home editor, Jason Farrell, contains references to suicide and other details you may find distressing.
Rhianan Rudd was funny, quirky, but troubled. She was the youngest girl to be charged for terrorism offences in the UK, aged 15, and later took her own life. Her autism made her impressionable, and during lockdown she met the wrong guy online.
Being on the computer for so long and being autistic, she was just like a sponge, you know. Whatever somebody was telling her, she would believe it. Even if it was a cartoon, she would watch it and go, oh my gosh, is that real? I could hear her talking to people on there, but I'd say, who are you talking to? Oh, I'm just so-and-so from school. When in fact, when I found out, it wasn't at all. She just told me that this guy, Chris, had left her and she was totally in love with him. And a couple of days after that, she came down and told me that she downloaded a bomb manual, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what have you been doing?
Chris Cook was an American white supremacist who would later be charged in the US for plotting to blow up power stations. The coroner said his influence in radicalising Rhianan was significant. After meeting him online, she became obsessed with Hitler, gouged a swastika into her forehead and told her mother she wanted to blow up a synagogue. Cook's lawyer in Ohio says his client said he was in an online relationship with Rhianan.
The suggestion is that he radicalised her. Do you see it that way?
I really don't know what they were talking about. My understanding from him is that it was her stepfather that was really involved in radicalizing her, and it was that common background that brought them together. But, I think ultimately she found him because of the stepfather.
The so-called stepfather was Rhiannan's mother's boyfriend, Dax Maliburn, who she befriended through a US prison pen pal scheme. They've since broken up. The inquest into Rhiannan's suicide looked at what happened after her mother referred her to Prevent.
I thought putting her in a de-radicalisation programme, it would have been a fairly easy undo brain pick, if you like. But it wasn't until the police all started turning up, wanting a computer, wanting this, that I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, this is a lot deeper than I actually believed it at first.
Her mother says the authorities failed to recognise her vulnerabilities, that she was a victim of exploitation. Instead, she says counter-terrorism police were heavy-handed.
There was 19 police officers to arrest a 5'1", 14-year-old who weighs 7 stone. There was just, it was over the top.
The coroner found both the MI5 and counter-terrorism police investigations were proportionate and appropriate. She said a difficult balance had to be struck between recognising Rhiannan's vulnerabilities and protecting the public.
This ruling found there were failings in Rhiannan's access to mental health support and by police not referring her to the modern slavery programme. But another clear lesson was that extremists will exploit vulnerable children without care for the risk to society or the child themselves. Jason Farrell, Sky News.